What is a karmic cycle? I'm sure you've heard of karma, right? Ever wonder why you keep attracting the same kind of woman or man in your life? And stay tuned. Maybe this will give you an insight of why you might keep choosing the wrong person. Why would I say that? I've done it in my life. Okay, so what is a karmic cycle? So a karmic cycle is a repetitious pattern of events, emotions, or realizations that occur in your life. Think about your life. Something that you keep doing over and over and over again. For example, for me, drinking, drugs, women, partying. Okay? That was my cycle. Okay? It was devastating for my life, but it was fun, but it was destructive. Maybe you find yourself doing those things. Maybe you don't. Anyways, it appears in your life as an opportunity to break negative cycles and subsequently reap great wisdom. For an example, most of my life I kept attracting a certain type of woman. Okay? The moment I started saying no to my karmic cycle, all right, I gained wisdom. I learned to love myself. I learned that everything starts with me, right? What does that mean? Everything starts with you as well. You have to learn to love yourself. I was looking for love out there, and maybe that's what you're doing. Love isn't out there. Love is right here. Okay, so we're going to go down to here and talk about the history of karmic cycles, all right? So the history behind the concept of karmic cycles begin with the idea of karma. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, you've heard of karma, right? At its simplest definition, karma is a concept stating that the quality of a person's actions influences the quality of the outcome. What you put out is what you get back. All right? If you're being nice, you get kindness back. If you are being an a-hole, then you're going to be an a-hole. Okay? That's just how it works. In other words, a good deed will lead to a positive outcome, whereas a bad deed will lead to a negative outcome. All right? The term karma is a Sanskrit word and a central idea in Hinduism and Buddhism. In these Eastern religions, there is a belief that there is reincarnation. You keep coming back until you get it right. Things like that, all right? So what a karmic cycle may look like. For example, let's say you experienced a moral challenge in a previous lifetime that ultimately resulted in failure, like the women that I was choosing in my life. Rings a bell? Okay? Perhaps you didn't act in accordance with your morals due to fear, social expectations, or simply because it didn't occur to you that there was another option. In a karmic cycle, you'll face a similar challenge in this lifetime. These challenges can come through familiar dynamics in relationships and even experiences in the workplace. What keeps going wrong in your workplace? Is there a history of situations in your work that keeps getting you stuck? Maybe you keep getting fired. Maybe you could have better opportunities if you handle things differently. That's what this means, all right? So signs of a karmic cycle. Here are two attributes of karmic cycles. First, they appear to invite you to actualize your highest potential by having the chance to make different choices. Second, all right, they are relatively easy to spot once you recognize the signs. Like for me, the wrong type of woman. See, now it's easy to keep them away from me because I finally recognized the type of woman that I was attracting. So I had to go within me to fix myself so I wouldn't attract these certain kind of women. Not that I don't attract these kind of women anymore, but I can spot them coming and I can say, no, you remind me of someone I used to know. Okay? Just the behavior, not the woman, the behavior. That's all I'm saying. Okay? Sometimes something feels very familiar. See what I'm saying? When I saw this certain type of person in my life, oh my God, I would just want to rip her apart. Yeah, that familiar feeling. Yeah, I know the feeling well, okay? So perhaps your boyfriend or girlfriend reminds you, for this, let me back up, excuse me. Perhaps your boyfriend reminds you of your angry father. Or try as you might, you keep ending up in toxic work environments. On the other hand, maybe you're struggling with something a bit more serious, like drinking, right? All right. I used to drink a lot. All right. I would drink 2 big bottles of vodka in a week. And I'm talking about the biggest bottles because you know how we are, how Americans are. The bigger, the better, right? The bigger the party, right? That's what we do. All right. So you keep attracting the same type of people. If every partner you've had features the same not so good traits from your parents, you are likely in a karmic cycle of sorts. If, like, for example, for me, both of my parents are narcissistic people. So what did I keep attracting? The same type of people. You see, narcissistic women. That's what I used to attract. And those are the women that I kick out of my life. You see, karmic cycles. I kept making the same rotation. Every cycle, same thing until I learned that, whoa, well, guess what? I have to start doing things differently because that's the only way things are going to change. If you change your behavior and outlook on life, all right? Just saying, help yourself. That's all I'm saying. Study shows that we gravitate towards what feels comfortable. See? Oh, you feel so comfortable. Yeah, I've been there many times, okay? Even if that means we end up repeating a traumatic pattern. If we are used to those who love us having a hot temper, the discomfort of seeing our partner get easily angered may be eerily familiar and even tolerated with a familiar level of suffering. Alternatively, having an upbringing with absentee parents may result in feeling comfortable in the loneliness of a relationship where emotional intimacy is lacking. What's that mean? You keep putting yourself in the same situation with your partner. You think that being lonely is normal. No. People should love you for you. Okay? There are women out there that will love you for you. And women. There's also men that will love you over there, but you keep attracting the most toxic people. Okay? Many of us do this, all right? So you are being faced with your fears. Let's say one of your greatest fears is financial security. Because of this fear, you may have unhappily stayed in your unfulfilling job for many years because it is stable and secure. What does that mean? You don't go after what you really want because this paycheck is steady. All right? Maybe you're not willing to start or step out to start your own job because the paycheck is secure and it brings you money. A steady stream, stability. Maybe you don't want to step out of your comfort zone, okay? That's what this is about, okay? However, on the inside, you may dream a more fulfilling and creative career. If you lose your current job, this could be considered a karmic opportunity. Instead of continuing the cycle of only applying for jobs that will support you financially, but not fulfill you emotionally, you might choose instead to face the fear and decide to do something different. You see? You might choose to finally go for a career that you feel would satisfy you. That is very important. Operating from a place of courage, inspiration instead of fear. All right? How to use a karmic cycle for healing. All right? Remember, the purpose of a karmic cycle is to ultimately achieve a higher level of ethical and moral wisdom in a lifetime. Karmic cycles by design are for our healing. If we become aware of our karmic cycles and are ready to do the mental, emotional, and spiritual work to change them, then the deepest healing and greatest self-actualization are possible. What's that mean? You have to go back to your past. If you really want to change your life and the people that you keep attracting, you have to go inside and face your fears. You have to understand that, as an example for me, all right, I was abused as a child, neglected and so on. And maybe some of you are experiencing that as well. I had to go into myself and fix all these problems because no one's going to do it for you. Okay? If you honestly want to love someone in real life, you have to love yourself first. How can you love someone if you don't have love inside of you? If you don't love yourself, you don't have love to give. Why would I say that? Because most of my life I didn't love myself. Why? Because we all here in America have experienced some sort of traumatic event in our lives. 75% of us have gone through this. All right? There's a 7 out of 10 chance that you've gone through this. You are going to have to become your best friend. You're going to have to start being courageous and standing up for yourself and saying no to these karmic cycles. All right? So subscribe, notification bell, and all that other jazz. You know the deal, because this is the content that you will find here on this channel, because I changed my life and my life is amazing, and I want to help you also find your best life, okay? Because you deserve it. And remember, let my stories help you change your lives, all right? And I will see you in another video.